Hello everyone and welcome back to another PHP programming tutorial. So in the previous video we didn't finish adding a new section, but basically we created the main page, right, for adding sections. Let me see. Localhost followed by CMS followed by admin, and we just need to say admin 123, enter, and we go to the home page and we say add section. There you go, we get this one, right? So let's continue working on this. So where is our friend? Let me see. So add section, where is that? Yeah, online. Okay, this one. Okay, so color is gonna be black here, semicolon, and the reason for this, we don't want this to have a different color, so let's refresh the page. Now you can see the back is okay, no problem. And how, I think there's underline none, something like that, if I remember correctly. Okay, this doesn't work. So let's go and say how to remove underline from link CSS. And basically text decoration, I think text decoration none, something like that. Okay, so let's have a look at this one. Text decoration none. Okay, that's fine. So text decoration none. There you go. Save. Oops, let's close this. We don't want to see this, and refresh. And yeah, now it looks totally normal. By the way, as for the button and the submission, one viewer noted that I could use a submit for submitting the value instead of a button. Okay, so we could use a submit here. Okay, that's it. Let's continue working on the status of the section. So what do? We also going to add tr and /tr. There you go. And so instead of section description, I'm going to say status. Now instead of this, I want to create like a combo box which allow me to select enabled or disabled values. Okay, so I think there's something called item list, right? Item list, or was it select? I'm not sure. So this is my problem. I'm not good enough with HTML. Combo box in HTML. There you go. And yeah, let's see. I create drag and drop down list in HTML. Oh yeah, it's drop down list. Okay, so where is it? Oh, there you go. So it's select. Yep, select and option value blah blah blah. It's as simple as that. Okay, so I copy this and paste it. A little bit of a cheat, but you know, yeah. So this is gonna be a combo box, right? Or a drop down list. Okay, so what do we have here? first, these are normal codes, and this is like that. This one enabled, disabled, there you go, and the value enabled, disabled, there you go, and name equals section status, there you go. So let's have a look. What do we have in here? We have the select, which represents the drop down list, and we have its name, and the option value means this is one entry. It has the name enabled, and the value being sent to us is enabled, and disabled being displayed, and the value we receive is disabled. I think that will be all. Let us try it out. So let's go back here and refresh, and you can see enabled or disabled. Yeah, so everything looks ready. So if I click, there is no do add section. So our next step is to receive the information, validate it. Okay, so let us go back and validate things. So what do we have here? Let's go to the admin control. What is it? Do add section. Go. So add section, and we will go to the next thing. Yeah. Processing, adding a section. So here, do add section. So first we are making sure that the administrator logged on. Okay, next we need to get the values. So section name equals empty string, section description equals empty string, and section status equals empty string. Okay, so what do we have in here? Sorry, let's go here. The values, we have section name, description, and the status. Okay, so let's go back in here. So we need to get them from the post. So the post code is the following. So if set post of section name, in that case we would say section name equals post of section name. There you go. And description and the status. Okay, this is description and status. There you go. And this is going to be status. Okay, so far so good. Now, if all goes well, we get the values being passed to us. Okay, only if we get the values being passed in the post, and we fill the variables. Next, we will make sure that these variables have values, because I could submit empty strings. Okay, so just to make sure, so if section name equal, oh, what is it? Okay, equals nothing, or section description equals nothing, oops, or section status equals nothing. For status, it needs to be enabled or disabled. And section status doesn't equal, oops, doesn't equal enabled, and sorry, I'm very sorry about that. and this one doesn't equal disabled. Okay, in that case I should display an error message. So I will just say session of error msg equals invalid. Okay, you should enter the fields correctly. I could check each one and give a corresponding error message, but I just want to make something that's quick, and I will redirect to, instead of the login, not the login, but rather I want to go to the add section. There you go, right? So this is add section. That's awesome. So since we have these, now we can create the object. Let's make sure that we included the sections. Yes, we have the sections included. So section or let's say obj section obj equals new section. Oops. Semicolon, and let's make sure the name of the class or its sections with an S. So let's go back to our administrator. So new, okay, so create an object. That's totally fine. Now I will fill it sections arrow. Now let me make sure section name, description, and status, not section status. So for this I will just say section name equals section name. Okay, description, and this is gonna be status. This is gonna be status, section status. There you go. So I filled the object, and next I need to insert it into the database. So I need to say db equal dba get open db. Okay, and if db equals null, this means there is an error. So I will just show an error message. Okay, this is gonna be could not connect to db. Okay, and this is what is the error here? So this is if, not id. Shame on me. Okay, so we have this one. Otherwise we need to just fill the values. So if not section obj arrow insert. Wait, did I create a method to insert this section into the database? Let me go here. So we have get sections. I didn't create one to insert the values in the data into the database. So here I'm gonna say public function insert. Okay, and I will pass a database value and a command. Actually I don't need for now because I'm just executing one statement, so I will ignore this for now and later on. Yeah, so all I have to do, I'll make simple try catch. Let me write this instead of copying pasting. Catch exception e, and what was the logging command here? Yeah, it's this one. Okay, so if there's a problem, I will just return false. Okay, so if all goes well, I should insert a true. The function returns a true, otherwise it returns a false. So all I have to do, I'm gonna say db arrow, what was it? Execute, right? Give me a second, please. Did I create execute command for in our database access? What was this one? Oh, okay. This is, yeah, save. So let me go to database access. So what functions do we have? We have get rows, and that's it. We don't have an execute. So get rows returns a number of rows to the end user. This one is what? It's just execute. It is the same. The only difference is that it just executes the command. That's it. Okay, so this function just executes the SQL statement, nothing more. So let's go back to sections. All I have to say is the following: db arrow execute, insert into sections, section name, section description, status, values. This is the SQL. Okay, next I need to specify the type of the values. So it's a string followed by string followed by string, and the values themselves I will put them in here. So it's gonna be this arrow section name followed by this section description followed by this status. There you go. If all goes well, I should return true. There you go. Very straightforward. Let's go to the administrator. Okay, so what are we gonna do here? We are simply going to say if section object arrow insert, was it small, capital? Yeah, it's like that. So if this one insert, okay, if all goes well, this means I managed to add a section. So all I have to do is redirect to list sections. Sorry. List sections. Otherwise, I go back to the add section page. I will just say could not add section for whatever reason, and that's it. It is as simple as that. So let's save, let's go back. Let me go back here. Okay, so back, let me go to the main page. I say add. Okay, so we have trips, we have gardens, so a number of articles about gardens. Okay, and I will say add. Okay, so it didn't work. Obviously there's something wrong. Let me go to the validation part. So I will put a breakpoint in here, go here and listen. Okay, so gardens, okay, blogs about gardens, there you go. And yeah, this is entered. I will say add. So what do we have here? So this is the first one, second and third. Okay, so let me see. Garden name. Oops. Do you see the error? Well, I am filling this into the same variable. This is the problem when you are making a copy paste. You do things a little bit quicker, but you forget to correct what you have just copied. Okay, I think this is the reason. Okay, remove breakpoints, save all, go back. So I have these here. I will just say add and oops, call undefined method execute and sections. Okay, so execute is not a valid method. What's the spelling here? Let me have a look. This is not execute. What is wrong with me today? Okay, let me go back again and add again. Could not add sections, so there is some kind of an error. And to identify what the error is, let's go back here. Let's go to the log and see. You have an error in your SQL syntax. Check the manual that correspond to MariaDB and so on. Yeah, so even this is not an insert. This is inset. Okay, so I made every possible mistake there's to make. Okay, insert. Okay, insert into sections, values, blah blah blah. Very sorry about these mistakes. Okay, so let me say again garden. So an article about gardens and it is enabled, and say add, and yes, nothing happened. Awesome. So what this means, okay, let me make sure about something. Let me make sure something. Well, it's good that we are getting errors because you could now see what am I doing wrong, what you might also do wrong. So let's go here. Come on. Okay, so let's go to sections. Okay, obviously the section name and description did not get inserted. Okay, so I'm going to delete this record, give it an OK. And what happened basically, yeah, so I have this section name, section description. So the values are not being filled correctly. Let's make sure that these names are accurate. So section name, match, section description, match. Okay, I'm talking about the spelling here. Okay, so let me check the administrator page and make sure that section name and descriptions are filled correctly. So let us have a look. So section, another mistake. This is not possible. So section name, so section, there is an N missing, name, and section description. Wow, so many mistakes. Okay, now let's go back here and let's refresh. The record has been deleted. Go to add section, garden, number of blah blah blah, and say add. And now the new record has been added. Okay, So it's very straightforward. Let's add another one. So lakes. I love lakes, for example, but this section is disabled for now. And I say add, and you see it's disabled. Okay. So we finally managed to finish adding a section after so many mistakes. Sorry about that. Anyway, so let's update our progress to see what do we have to do. So our to-do list, let me see, where's that? Administrator add a section. Okay, that's fine. And hopefully tomorrow we will work on editing a section. So let's go to the progress. We just update this one. And what do we have? Okay, so finished. Okay, finished adding new section by the administrator. Okay, we save, we commit the changes, and that's it. So this is all for today. Hopefully tomorrow we are going to work on editing a section. Yeah, and after that things will be a little bit easier, because articles, making articles, adding and editing them is going to be almost the same. And after we finish these, we start working on the actual rendering of the website. Okay, so maybe in 1 day or 2 we will start working on the some kind of output that you will enjoy. That will be all for today. Thank you for watching, and bye bye.